Yeah,
I'm giving
thank you for the introduction. Good morning, everyone.
giving you the cess for sharing your screen.
Shruti ji, let me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Madam Shruti, just let me introduce you with our audience. Actually, we have a group of about 150 students. Half of them belong to the diploma wing of different colleges in the periphery of Chandigarh, and remaining are from our own institute, that is UIT Punjab University. So it is a disciplined lot. They really are working very hard and respond very well to the experts. And one of their demand that is always there is to interact more with them and to devote last 10 or 15 minutes only for their queries resolution. So this is their one of the everyday requests. So I request you also to spare last 10 minutes to just answer their queries. And now you may start your session.
Okay, sir. I'll definitely give my last 10 to 15 minutes for their query because this is new topic for them and they can have doubt also. And if students are having doubt, they can ask in between also in the chat box. I'll answer to each or every query. And after that, after at last 15 minutes, we will give extra to each student. If they have any query, they can ask all that also. So we'll just start first with the Matplotlib library. For the today's session, we have the Matplotlib. So now this is the library which is mainly used for data visualization. Now what is data visualization and why this library came? First we'll understand this. This is just having two sides. We only do the practical part, but this is for the introduction that why we are doing matplotlib and what's the basic purpose and why Python include matplotlib library. So we first include this. So at starting in Python, there are multiple tools which are used for data visualization. That is matplotlib library, and there is another one library that is Seaborn. So first we'll do the matplotlib library. Uh, why it is used and what it does? It is mainly used for plotting for the Python and the NumPy array. I hope you are familiar with the NumPy array. That what is the NumPy? Because that's the earlier for this. Mainly matplotlib uses for the visualization packages. That is, if you want to build some graph, like for example, if you want to build some line graph, or if you want to build some your 2D graph or 3D graph, or even you want to build your bar graph or pie chart. Why do you need? Because we know that the picture or image itself speaks more than the word. So everything we need a picture which performs or which shows that what actually the code is doing. So for that we need the matplotlib library. And here we have the another module in the matplotlib itself with the name pyplot. How it is executed, how we are using, we will see in the code itself. I'll show you the code also after just in 2 slides presentation. And the pyplot module is in the matplotlib. It is having the same interface as that they are having in the MATLAB. Now MATLAB we are using for the basically for the visualization. Now visualization के लिए हमारे पास जैसे MATLAB में क्या होता था different libraries and different functions for statistics. कैसे उसे perform करना है, how you want to draw your graph. Even if you want to some sine curves or some tangent graph, if you want to draw, then how can you draw such mathematical graphs or scientific graphs, should I say that? So with the help, with the idea from the MATLAB, they have introduced another library that is matplotlib in the Python also, so that we don't have any difficulty for that. And also, which type of graph we are building in this. We can plot histograms also, power spectra also, bar charts, scatter plots, or with a few lines of code. Now, what does it mean with the few lines of code? Because you are studying Python from, I guess, from last few days. So you should know the difference between the C, C++, Java, and the Python. The basic difference between all the languages first is that the Python is having a few lines of code as compared to the C and the C++. For example, you want to build such an application which include your graphics. For example, in C, if I want to build, then I have to include such libraries for that, C graphic libraries for that, and the code for that. If you have done that part also, you know that of 100 and 200 of lines of code. And if we do the same code in the Python, it is just your just 5 or 10 lines of code. So that's the main thing about the Python, why we are doing these library in Python, because they have just a few lines of code which make easy for data visualization. Matplotlib library is also used in your data science, also used in your machine learning, also used in your artificial intelligence. So every in aspect in which you have to do it, and even if you want to pursue data analysis, then also you have to do Matplotlib library. And it works fine with the IPython and the Jupyter interface. Because magic function for that, with the help of that, we can build insert their Matplotlib, and you can see the graph in that Jupyter notebook also. How we can do that, we'll see later. And just a few about the Matplotlib library. This is developed by John D. Hunter. Now, why he developed it and who is he's a neurobiologist, and because he saw MATLAB and there were some difficulties, and MATLAB was not open source for that. So he wants to build something for Python which able to data visualize, and also the old function he included which there was in MATLAB. So it make it open source, and the best advantage that they use in main package, that is a Matplotlib package, that we can say that in our Python. So let's start with the code. I guess you have all introduction, you know why Matplotlib we are using, and this is the data visualization, and mainly publication quality figures. You can download that also. We will cover that part also. It produces publication quality figures in a variety of hard copy format also, interactive environments, which then you can generate histograms, power spectra also. So we will consider preferably Matplotlib, nor Seaborn. We will see in upcoming lectures also what is Seaborn and how it is used for another pie charts or for another diagrams also. So it is an excellent tool. We summarize this as what is this? It is an excellent two-dimensional and three-dimensional graphics library, which is mainly used for scientific and statistics figures. So we have advantage of these library also. First of advantage is this, that it is very easy to include. It is very easy to import. And another advantage is this, it is having a high quality output because it provides you the high quality, and it is having a graphical user interface, and it provides great control of every element in a figure. For example, if you want to change the figure size also, if you want to change DPI also, that's the main thing for that. So let's start with our practical session. This is all about the Matplotlib. I hope you have idea about the Matplotlib library, and I'm using the software for that is Anaconda. I hope you all are familiar with the Anaconda also. Yes, everyone is familiar with the Anaconda. So you should know how to start this Anaconda also. Yes, great. Everyone is familiar with the Anaconda. Now let's start Anaconda here. This is the navigator, Anaconda navigator. And we will start with the Jupyter notebook. Don't worry, we will start with the very basic of the Matplotlib because I know you don't familiar with the Matplotlib library. So we'll start with the very basic. Now we'll have to launch the Jupyter notebook. I have already launched that. Yeah. So for starting, what you have to do, yes. So first of all, you have to use percentage matplotlib. You have to write percentage matplotlib inline function. Now this is a special magic function. This line configures that the matplotlib you have to show figures which is embedded in the notebook. Instead of opening a new window for each figure, I want every figure to be shown in my notebook notebook itself. That's why I have used this special function because this special magic function. And how you can declare that before starting anything, you have to include percentage matplotlib and you have to write inline that is inside of this notebook page also, notebook library also. So first of all, check whether you have a Matplotlib library in your Anaconda or not. If you have shown error that you have not installed Matplotlib, what you have to do, you have to open the Anaconda terminal and you have to type the command pip install Matplotlib. Sometimes it will give you error that in this that import Matplotlib doesn't work. Then you have to use that command. So command for that is pip install matplotlib. If you want to see whether your matplotlib working or not, so what you have to do, just write import. Now we are importing matplotlib library. What we have to do, just write import matplotlib dot pyplot. Now what does it mean pyplot? I'll explain. Import matplotlib. We are importing this library. Any library which we are using, we have to and externally import that. How we import? With this command import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. As plt is we are giving as a just a reference that instead of pyplot we can just use plt as the name. So in the matplotlib library, there is another one package with the name pyplot. This is the main package in the matplotlib library, which is used for plotting the graph. So we are plotting the graph with the help of the pyplot also. And because I want to show you that how if you don't have any input, then how you can generate input graph also. So for generating I'm with the numpy, so I'm just importing the numpy. I'm just import numpy as np. So here we are using np as alias for the numpy library. This is done with the now we are done with the importing of library. We just need these three lines to include before plotting any graph. So we have done this also. Now next the graph can be made between the two axes, right? Because I want to draw the graph between the y-axis and the x-axis and the y-axis. So how can you do that before? So you need x value and the y value. So I'm using np arrange function for that. X equal to I'm giving the value. I'm generating the value np dot arrange and np dot arrange and 5. Are you familiar with this command np dot arrange 5? You know what does it mean? Yes, participants, yes or no? Okay, perfect. Because you are familiar with this also. Now what we can do, np dot arrange is generated from the 0 and it will get total of value, you can see the output. I have shown you the output with the help of the command print text. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our output, and I want to draw a straight line for that. So I'm assigning x value to the y value with the help of this y equal to x, and then just printing the y value. Now you can see x, we are having the value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the x coordinate, and in the y coordinate we are having the value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So if I want to draw this graph for the x coordinate and the y coordinate, what will it draw? Yes, tell me if I want to draw, because you can see there are the coordinates are same for the x and y. So it will draw a straight line for that. As you can see, I have the straight line for that. Now let's just a second. Plot this one only. First, we'll plot this. Yeah. Now we have the x value and the y value. What I want to do, I want to plot the graph. So for plotting the graph, I'm using the plot. We are using alias for the y plot is p dot, because I have to call the function plot for that. So what I am doing, I'm doing plotting x axis and the y axis. So this is just the basic command for plotting. Let's run this, and I hope you know how to run this. Either you can click on this also, or just you have to press shift enter. Then command will execute. So yes, it will come a straight line. Now I want to see this line. As you can see, this line is very boring. What I want to do, I want to do some plotting for that. Let's say if I want to build, now I have written, I want the line should be draw like a dot. Now let's execute this. I have just written in the code O. It is dot. Now, as you can see, the line you can see for that is in the dots. Now, I want the line should be इसमें तो रहे, but for that, वो कैसे आए? आपके पास connected line आए, because I want to straight line also, but with these dots. So just write hyphen over there and let's execute that. Yeah. Can you see that we have a line for that, and it is a straight line, and now the points are also connected. Now I don't want to this line. I want the line should be dotted one. So for the dotted line, but you have to just you have to write double hyphen hyphen. So let's run with this. Now can you see the difference? It's now dotted line. Yeah, now I guess you can see the difference between them. Now, if I want, there is another function which we are using for plotting the, now we have plot, now for showing the, but I am doing, so I can do the show function also. But we are doing in this, we can use the show function for that. So how you can write show function, that the PLT, this is your py plot.show. Now what function will do, it will show you the for that, what is the output you are using for that. You can see the graph over there. Now let's execute this again. Yeah, you can see the output for that. We will do cover every part, that how you can give the title, how you can give the x-axis, y-axis. This is a very long way. Now in this only, what I want to do in this graph, I want to do again plotting one more line with the line I want is for the x and the y axis, just like this. Let's plot that. that, let's plot, we have called PLT, that is your pie plot, and I'm using plot function for that. Now what I have to do, I have to do x and the minus y. Now I want to plot the value x and the minus y, and again let's give it's another, that is I want in dots, and let's keep it in the hyphen. We are just need connected, we don't need that line space line between them. So let's execute this. Can you see there are two lines because we are doing two plotting for that. First we have done this plotting, plt dot plot xy o minus minus, and next we have done x minus y. This is the line for the xy, and this is the line for the x minus y. You can see there, this is the minus y value for this, and I want to see the line, it's the dotted one, and I want to see the line over here. How you can use that? How you can do that is, आपका क्या कर सकता है ये, the line which you are doing, the straight line, that is the connected one. So sometimes what show function is doing, I'm telling you that yes, they are in different colors because by default the Python is using different colors for them. So what are, how you can choose color also, we will go to that part also, that if you want to specify I want to give this color or this color, you can give them also. And if you want to change the mark, there are many things which will do, but I want to tell you first that how you do plotting. So we'll do cover part also, style part also in coming. And now you will see why we are using plot show, because I sometimes when you are plotting it will not show the not show your plot. So after all the plotting which you have done, they have saved in memory because you are not saving in some variable. So what I want to do, that after you are doing any work for there, I just want to do the perform the show function, that after this plotting just show my graph also. That's why we are using plot show function. Now we have covered one. Now yes, now if you want to give the title, now I want to give this graph a title above that. So what I have to do, there is another line, there is another command for that, how you can give title. You just have to write plt dot title, in which you are providing the title and what title you want to give. For example, I am giving y equal to x and y equal to minus x. So for this graph, I am providing this title. You change, and the title, it should be in your single quotes. I guess you know that the single quotes and double quotes, the string or characters we are having, you are familiar with that. So I want to print the line as it is in the title, and automatically by default the title will come at the upper one. So if I want to don't write, if I don't want y is equal to x and y equal to minus x, I'll just write first graph. Okay, so I want to just give the title for that. So let's execute this. Can you see the change that of the title? Now the title become first graph. So if you want to give the title for anything, you want to just have to include plt dot title, and in which you can just write first graph or anything which you want to give the title. Now we will go deep into some that we have the NumPy array. Now NumPy array, are you familiar with the line space, log space, or we have different functions for that? Do you know what is the line space or the log space? Yes. Okay, great. Then what does line space do? I know you are, I guess you are familiar with that, the line space. Then we'll just go start with that. Now I have taken one variable n equal to 11. We have taken one variable that is n, now which is equal to 11. So yeah, starting with the number of points. Okay, we have taken x variable and we are giving line space. If you don't use np over here, why we are using np? Because this is a numpy. Because line space is included in package is included in the numpy, so we have to retrieve from the numpy. So what we are doing, we are calling np dot line space. If you don't write np, it will show you the error. And what we are doing, 0, 10, n. We are passing 3 parameters for that. Now, what does it mean by the 3 parameters? So, first parameter, it is the value. It is starting from that 0. Now, as you can see over here, this is the starting value. This is the ending value. As you can see, ending value is 10. Then, what does it n means over here? Yes, you have done line space. Then tell me, what does it np over here? Now here you can see n and we have assigned n equal to 11. We can change also. I'll show you कैसे हम change करके क्या क्या values आ रही हैं. Now first tell me what does n means over here. n क्या करता है? I have told you 0 means starting value. 10 means क्या है आपके पास? Ending value. And n we have taken no Shivam numbers between 0 and the 10 because this is the starting and the ending value 0 to 10. That does mean n means is not till n. Number of points. Yes, it tells you number of points, that how many number of number of points. That is the n value, that how many items you have to generate. Now count this. This is from 0 to 10, so it will generate 11 values for that. So this is line space function is evenly generate the value. The difference between all the values which you are getting is same. So that's the main function of the line space. Now what I want to do, I want to draw the graph for this. Now here I have taken x value. You can see I'm having the x value over here. And I have given again x is equal to y. So I'm assigning what I'm doing. I'm assigning again x equal to y. That is, I'm doing the x and the y same. So for that, now I have to draw the graph. So let's draw the graph for this. So yeah, for plotting the graph, plt.plot again. Now we are using this term again and again. So I'll not explain again what is plot and plt. We are doing x and y. इनका हम क्या बना रहे हैं? ग्राफ बना रहे हैं. And I want a dotted one with the बीच में क्या आना चाहिए? आपका circle आना चाहिए. So let's execute this with the function plt.show. Yeah, we'll write this function also. Yeah, now you can see here axis we have. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. By default, your axis is true. Okay. So if I want I don't want to show my axis. Like I don't want to show this. This you can see x-axis and the y-axis. I don't want to show like this. So what I can do, just you have to write plt.axis. You have like command like this. You have plt.axis and you just have to do, because automatically on. When you off this, then you can see the output over here. Now can you see the output here? It is not having axis. It is not showing the x-axis and the y-axis. So if you don't want axis to be shown, then you just have to do off. So this is the little tricks which you have to remember for that. So I guess you are familiar with log space. Are you also familiar with the log space? The log space? Say yes or no. Chat box. Okay, great. Okay, some are saying no. Some are saying everyone is saying yes. Some okay. So again, like we have used the space. We also have a in NumPy. So why we are using log space? Because we are want to generate the endpoints. I have an end, so we want to generate endpoints between the decades. This value and this value, and it will the log value. You have the log formula that 10 raised to the power a and the 10 raised to the power b. So the values come between. So that's how it will generate these value for that. So I have started my given value. I have given the value for the starting point. It is the 0.1, and the value comes between this. We are not including starting and the ending. I would just want the values come between them. And n, no, that value means that you have to generate these. Then we can graph also. Let's change the n value. Now we have here n equal to 11. Let's write n equal to 7. Let's run this one also. Yeah, as you can see, and this one also. And let's run log space. Now 6. So these are generating n between this and this. Number of values it is between. So the log space, this is your a value and this is your b value. So between these value, you have to generate the log space. So we have another geometric space also. If you have a different, because these are statistical functions which are used in the NumPy. Again, geo space, does it do? This is geometric progression, and basically it is used to return numbers which are spaced evenly on a log space that we have done earlier also. So what I want to do, that it gives raised to the power e raised to the power, as you can see over here. E raised to, let's again execute this one. Now I want to you to see the values which are coming between them. So as you can see, these are the values which are automatically generated. So how this works, geom space and this, because they have already have formula for that, and they have already stored that formula in their library. So just like your random number tell you, so they are generating the values between them. These are the values, and I want to just show the graph. The graph I have plotted for this automatically take the x-axis and the y-axis for that. Now I just want to show, so for showing the graph, you have the library plt.show. So extra इसलिए है plot का इसलिए है these just. So now I mean start the that is the single line plot. The topics cover and that, and even if you have but coming for to practical, yes, you can in chat box if you want to do the that also. Okay. Side by side, good who are doing right now, because if you are facing any issue after that, you can do that also. You can ask me if you have any problem. So okay, let's start. Your first topic is the single line. Now I am familiar with mathematical now for function, that is your library and line function. So just included that what live in line. Now what to do? I only have the x-axis. We have taken this value 4, 5, 2, 3, 6, and I have given the value plot. We need to plot. So what I am doing, I am giving values to the plot. Now I am not giving x comma y. When you graph over here, how is plotting? Yes, you can see the graph. It is plotting. But earlier we have seen that we are plotting the graph between the x-axis and the y-axis. So how we are doing in this? Yes, and yeah, how the graph is built? Yes, participants. Any idea? Because we are passing just one variable, that is x. We are not passing y variable. Then how graph is built for that? Okay, based on a number on indentation. Okay, index value. Okay, anyone else? Okay, fine. I'll explain. Now what we are doing, because why? Yes, in this, let's first I'll explain the graph to you. Here you can see it's x equal to 1. So let's see the y value. Don't see the x value over here. यहाँ पर हमारे पास क्या है? First of all, y, this is 1. So here we have dot. Now again we have the 4 value. So it line will goes to this 4. 4 कहाँ पर? y वाली value पे. So you can see the y-axis, you have 4, this is come 4. Now you have 5, it will go to the 5 of y. Now you have 2, it will go, yes, 2 of, yes, you can see 2 of y. Now you have 3, it will go 3 of y. And as you can see 6, so 6 of y. Can you see that? So what does it do if you have a single, because you are doing a x-axis, you are providing in the x. So what it will do, because the line plotting, we are function we are using for the line plotting is y equal to f of x. Yeah, so we have the function for plotting the line is y equal to f of x. So what does it do when you are using the function y is equal to f of x? So it y becomes x, a function of this. Now you have y value same of this x value. So it will only see, because you are plotting only one value. So what it will do, it will just plot in the y. Okay. So we are saying yes, in the index value of this, we are performing this value of y. So you can see of x, y, of y, of 1 of y, then 4 of y, then 5 of y, 2 of y. Yes, 2 of y, then this is 3 of y, and again this is 6 of y. So that's how this graph is built. Just remember the function y is equal to f of x. Okay, so I hope you have cleared, you got understand this, the single plot, how we can do this. So let's take another example for that. We have taken x equal to, we are taking a range function again for that. Now a range function, if we are taking, what it will do, it will in your output value is 0 to 9, total of 10 values we have. So we are just printing the x value. As you can see, 0 to 9, we have the x value over that. So I want to just plot the x value, that is 0 to 9. Now can you see, now can you understand this graph, how it is doing? This arrange is this is same as above we have done. Yes, this is the same as in the previous. We have just used arrange function. Instead we are providing the value by itself by our own. So we have just used the arrange function. The functionality, it is performing the same. So now I guess you are understanding this value. Have you seen one difference is that here we have the 9 value for that, and it is showing in the graph up to 8 value. Why it is not showing the 9 value? And you can see this is a 9 value. There is in graph, as you can see, the 9 value is the plotting of this. The line becomes the end of this blue line. But why it is there is a space after this? Because yes, because why? Okay, we are not using n. Okay, anyone else? Because we didn't provide the value that आपको कहाँ तक उसको लेकर जाना है, the axis. You can also format this, because you can also format क्या होना चाहिए, that आपका 9 तक आना चाहिए या 8 तक आना चाहिए. How it will come, we will see in the next module. But first we will do the single line plot. So these are the things which we'll do. So let's plot another thing. Okay, you have done the for loop also. You can also use plot. You can also use done plotting with the help of the for loop also. You see the line I am using, just plotting over here, that the y value. Now I am giving the y value. I want the y value next. This for loop. Can you understand? Have you done a for loop? So can you understand what does it line means? Well, this is very simple line, and I'll explain you in a very simple format. And this is for loop. If we use for loop for that, it becomes complex. So what's the simple line for that? I'll explain you. But can you tell me what does it for done here, and what does it mean कि हम यहाँ पर क्या कर रहे हैं? The y value which we are getting, what does it mean for that? Yes, for function से आपका क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Yes, till you in present in x square. Yes, खुशी square कर रहे हैं हम, not exponent अश्विनी. Yeah, raised to the power. Yes, we are not scared. हम क्या कर रहे हैं यहाँ squaring? We are just exponent raised to the power. हम यहाँ पर क्या कर रहे हैं? Double किसके लिए use होता है आपके पास? Double star is for the raised to the power. So what we are doing, I want the value, it should be like the y. X तो आपको same like we have in the previous 0 to 9. But I want the value here, squaring of x element we are doing. So y raised to the power 2 and y in x. So we are taking the value x in y. So we are doing x power 2. Yes, we are doing this. As you can see, 0 ka square, 2 ka square 4, 4 for the 16, then 6 is the 36, 8 8 is 64, 9 times the 81. Can you see the line over here? 80, it's above 80. It's 80. So what does it doing? It's y raised to the power 2. So if I don't want to write this for function, what I can do, I can use this simple function also, that I want to draw a line between x and the y-axis can be x raised to the power 2. So for raised to the power, I can just write multiply, multiply. So this is the symbol for the raised to the power. As you can see, the output for both graph is same. Can you see the output? So there are two ways, and in Python, therefore one function, there are many ways in which you can perform same function multiple times and it will give you the same output. So I hope here it is clear. We will do x raised to the power 3. We will done many things. So this is for single line plots. Now I want multiple line plots. Now what? Now your second module is starting, in which we are plotting multiple lines, because we have done with the single lines. Now you are understand with the how we can draw single line over here. But if I want to draw 2-3 lines over here with multiple color, with multiple markers, how I can do that? Let's go to that part also. Yeah, this is our multi-line plots. Okay, let's write over here because this is marked down. Just one sec. Multi-line plots for UIT students. Okay. Yes. Now, what we have to do again for multi-line plots, I have created different files for that so that it becomes easier for you, and also share these files with you so that you can practice different plots for you, different plots. Now, what I have to do first, include this special line, this library. After importing these library, what I'm doing, I have to generate x value. So again, I'm generating x value for the np.arrange function, that is 0 to 9 value. Now I have generated from 0 to 9 value, and I have to plot first line what it should like. Uh, the graph should be plotted between the x and the y-axis should be equal to x raised to the power 2. And the another line which I want to give is the x again, and plotting y is x raised to the power 3. Now I want third line which I want to draw, which I want to plot between the x-axis and the 2x. That is x multiplied by 2, that comes 2x. And again, the fourth line which I want to draw between the x and 2 raised to the power x. So I want these 4 lines to be drawn in my graph. So how you can draw that, and also use plt.show. So we'll do different things over here, and also can we write, instead of writing these 4 functions, these 4 lines in different lines, as they are getting more space. So can we decrease the space? Can we write these all plots in one line? Yes, students, can we plot these all 4 lines in a one line? Can we plot? Can we write? Yes, Shivam, yes, we can write. Yes, that's the beauty of your Python language. That's why Python is easy, because and it's having a less lines of code. Yes, we can done that. Let's see. First, we'll execute this, and we'll see the output of this graph. Then we will see how we can plot that. Now you can see this is x-axis, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and these are 4 lines which we are drawing. So which is your x raised to the power 2, x raised to the power 3, 2x, and the 2 raised to the power x? Can you differentiate between the 4 plots? Which one is that? How you can differentiate? Yes, tell me. Okay, now tell me which one. Yes, using legend. Okay, have you used label, Shreya? Have you used labels also? Okay, don't worry, we will do labels also. Yeah. Okay, now first tell me that the orange one line, which is the which one? Orange one, red one. कौन से हमारे पास कौन सी line है? So for that to identify, we use legend and the labels. So how we can do the legends and the labels, we will see now. But for that, let's see how we can do, how we can use, how we can store our space, how we can write all the code in the one line. So we'll see that first. Yeah, we have just see over here plt.plot. This is x and this is y. This is for first line, and again x and then y. This is for second line. This is x and y. This is third line. This is x and this is y. This is for fourth line. So instead of writing this over here, what you can do, just write in this like this. Now I have execute this one also. I'll execute this. You can see there is no difference between both these graphs. Can you see any difference? So there are ways how you can plot the multiple lines in a single line also, or with the multiple line also. So there are two ways in which you can, if you want to, if you don't want कि हमारे lines of code जो है वो ज़्यादा हो, then आप क्या कर सकते हो, ये method use कर सकते हो, and if you want it's no problem, then आप क्या कर सकते हो, ये वाला method भी use कर सकते हो for plotting. So let's move further for that. Now let's draw. Now I have taken two-dimensional array. Now as you can see, np.array, I have taken two-dimensional array and we are passing these values, these array over here. As you can see, 1, 2, 6, 3. I have given the elements for over this comma, and the another array we have taken the value 4, 5, 3, 2. So how does it plotting work? How it will plot the line? So first you will see we have 4 columns over here, and what it will do for the first value of this np1, it will match with the value of 4, and the second value of this first, the second to 5, 6 to 3, and 3 to 2. They are matching the value like this, position wise. First position we are having, and the first is 1, and the second we are having 4. So how they are doing? 1, 4, 2, 5, 6, 3, and 3, 2. So they are performing like this. So how we are using? Well, let's see in the graph for that. As you can see, the y in see it in the y-axis, 1, and we are going for the 4 of y. And the second line is 2 and 5, 2 of y and 5 of y, the second point. And the third point is 6, 6 of y, and again with the 3 of y. So here the lines comes to the 3 of y. Now again, can you see the 3 last? That is the last of your first 3, and with the 2. Here this is the line 3 and it goes with the 2. Can you see that? Do you able to understand this array, how this is building, how we are plotting? Yes or no? This is multi-line plotting. You can also use array for that, for the multiple lines, and we are using the array. Okay, Ankit, I'll explain you. Okay, I'll explain again. Okay, I'll explain it again. This is just somewhat tricky. So for that, just remember over here that we have an array. Okay, so we have two arrays. This is your first array and this is 4, 5 is your second array. So what you have to do in your first array, your first value, your first column is 1, and in second array you have the first value, your first column is 4. So it will match the value column wise. First column of first array match with the first column of second array, that is 1 with 4, and the second column of first array match with the second column of the second array, that is 2, 4, 5, and then third column of first array, third column of second array, that is 6, 4, 3, and fourth column of first array with the fourth column of that we have second array. So we have the values, you can plot 1, 4. Now you have the line 1, 4, 2, 5, 6, 3 and the 3, 2. So you are having these 4 plots. So you have 4 lines. But you are having the x value. Then how you can plot that? Because earlier we have also seen that in the single line plot, if you have a single function, then y is equal to f of x and it will draw the line according to the y. So all these value become your y, that is 1, 4. So it will start the line from the 1, that is from the y axis, and to the 4 of y, that is the line. And again with the 2 of 5, that is it will of y-axis, it will stop from to the 3 of the y-axis. Again, the last line, it will start from 3 of the y-axis and it will stop 2 of the y-axis, as you can see. Now, I hope everyone understood. Okay. We are doing indexes x value, they are doing automatically in build because we have already taken the value that we have taken the as you can see, it can automatically generate the x-axis because we have already done that you have to do the plotting y is equal to f of x. So it only takes with the y value, it doesn't that have to take with the x value, it just give the value to take the smallest value between them. So it will plotting according to that. Yeah, these x value taken from 0 to 1, it is done by according to this value we are taking for these y axis, because we are plotting in this y that we are just considering the y value, and the x value it will automatically give it itself that I have to take okay this point, because we are not considering that it should be in the range. So for providing the function from using the np.array, it is providing according to the matrix value that what should be the x value for that time. But we are not considering the x value. We are only concerned with the y value because we are using the single plot over here. So if you are using a single plot of one line, because we have multiple lines, so we are doing single plot of multiple lines. So for that, we only need to consider the y value, and the x value it will accordingly take from the numpy array, and it is generated randomly that it will see what the values you are giving for that, and it will take accordingly. Just like this example, I'll explain this random function, how it is doing in the random function. As you can see, we are using one variable data over here, and what we are doing for that, I'm using random function for that because I want to generate random values. So if I want to generate random values for that, have you used random function because this is your numpy? Yes, participants. Yes, students. Have you done random function? Because every time you will execute this, you will get you will get different outputs in different graph for that. As you can see, our graph just look like this, and if I'll execute, now it changes. If again I'll execute, wait, I'll come to this. Now again I'll execute this. Again it changes. So what does random function of numpy is doing here? Okay, you are not familiar with the random function, no worry. Now random function, what it is doing, it is producing the random values for that, and it is based on the Gaussian distribution. Again with the statistics, the values it is generating, it is according to the Gaussian distribution, and the value which we are providing 2, 10. The parameters I am giving, what does it mean? 2 means that you want to 2 rows, and 10 means 10 columns for that. I have given random function. Okay, everyone, I know you are not familiar with the numpy random function, so I'll explain it. That random, why we are function RANDN. Okay, and you have to pass the two parameters. First, you have to pass the number of rows which you want and the number of columns which you want. So here I have passed, I want 2 rows and I want 10 columns for that. So here you can see it is 2 rows. This is first and this is second. So I am having 2 rows and 10 columns. So count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you can see, we have 2 rows. First row is starting from 0.7022 and the second row is starting from the 0.244. This matplotlib is all about your mathematics and the statistics. So these we are generating these value, random value and the 10 columns value. And we are just plotting that value, that I want to plot that value, and it is automatically it generates the value that we have generate ki x axis par kya hona chahiye, y axis par kya hona chahiye. It will automatically plot, and every time you are giving, because you can see this line, this is very unstructured, or we can say we don't understand, because the value it is generating randomly. It's not straight line which we are getting. So this is just way of generating the value, and this is just for you to tell you that we can also generate graph for random values also. But you will basically generate for your Panda library or for NumPy which you are using, because if you have some projects and if you want to show it graphically. For example, you have a project that how many clients are, for how many students are studying Python, or how many students are studying Java, and how many students are studying machine learning. So I have different courses, and I told you that you have a different courses and you have different percentage for that, different numbers of persons who are doing that, and you have to draw a graph with the help of your Python. You can also draw a graph with the help of your Excel also, but why with the Python you have to draw? We have taken that earlier also, that why we are using Python, and because the data is stored in a structured way, that is, it is stored in your Pandas library. How it will do, we'll explain it tomorrow, because tomorrow you have the session for Pandas. So just overview of that, ki random function kya hai and how we'll do that. So we'll just come on the axis label, because I want to I want you to familiar with the another functions also, like grid. Now what is grid function over here? Grid function is like I want to do a table, that is, you can see multiple rows and multiple columns. For that, if your instructor tells you that you have to draw a graph like this, then how you can draw the graph like this? You have to take a grid for that. So this is called grid value, and by default it is false. So how you can take a true value for that? Just you have to write the line. Just you have to write the code PAT dot grid, and it becomes true. Now you can see the values we are generating, x equal to and PLT dot plot. We have taken it earlier also. We have seen it. I just have copy paste that, so you can see in that also. So we have these 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, and 4. First line is for x and x raised to the power 2. Second line is for x and x raised to the power 3. And the third line is for x to 2 raised to the power x, and x is 2, x into 2x, and the fourth is x into 2 raised to the power x. So I want the lines should be shown in a grid. So as you can see, you just have, by default it is false. So just you have to pass the value boolean, that is a true value for that. So this is the true value. Now I want something else also, that I want to see what's the axis for that. Now can you see, I told you earlier also that can you see the space in this graph? Wait, I'll show you the graph first. Yeah. Can you see the space between this graph that is above 0.00 above? इसके पहले हमारे पास क्या है? Before that we have some space, जबकि आपका 0.00 यहाँ से start होता है. and after that 2 you have some values, मतलब you have some space, but उसकी value mention नहीं है, and after that 8 also it is having some values. Now I want to cut this value, that I don't want my graph to be shown this value because I'm not using this value. So how you can see the value it is getting. So for that I'm using plt.axis. It will show you the axis it is taking. Now I'm getting the plt.axis. Now as you can see, this is for the x-axis. Let me show you. Yeah. So the value for the x-axis, यहाँ से हमने कहा था 0 से start करना है, but it is starting from the minus 0.1 because you can see this is the minus value over there. And we have told him that you have to start to 2, that you have to start the value from 0 to 2, but we have space after the 2, so it is using the value 2.1. So your x is, for x is minus 0.1 to 2.1, and your y-axis is from the minus 0.4 to the 8.4. So these are the extra value for your graph because it automatically generates by your code. So how you, because I don't want this extra space. I want to remove this extra space. So how you can remove that? Yes, friends, tell me how you can remove that. Okay, meaning of plot.grid. Plot.grid का क्या है? Because the earlier we have seen the graphs, उसके पीछे आपके पास rows और column table नहीं बन रहा था. Now I want कि जो lines हैं उसके पीछे क्या बने? I want to see it's in the form of the table. As you can see, grid is a table. You can see यहाँ पर आपके पीछे क्या है? Lines है, rows and columns हैं, जिससे आप it's easy for our understanding कि points कहाँ पर हैं और कहाँ पर actual value meet कर रही है. So grid true means that you also have to show the table of as a background for this graph. So you can see this is a table of rows and columns which you can see. If you values give false, I'll give value false also for you. Yeah, let's change it to false. We have, okay, let's execute it now. Yeah, now can you see the grid over here? Automatically by default it is it is false, but I want to be printed, then you have to just write true over here. Yes, now run this. Yes, now you can see the difference. So let's move further because I have to tell you very interesting things. Yes, because now I have to remove these extra spaces. So how can you remove these extra spaces? Yes, students, participants, how can you remove these extra spaces? Yes, if you want to give initialization value, that where you have to start and where you have to stop, because your system will automatically take the value. But now I don't want my system, my code will take automatically values. I want to give the specific value for them. Yes, we can do with the x6 also, or we can do with the plot.axis also. So for that we have plot.axis. Here I'm assigning 0, 2, that is for the x-axis you have to draw, and for y-axis you have to start from the 0 and end with the 0. This is the one way. Let's execute it. Now can you see there is no extra space over here? Now there is no extra space. Everyone can see, I hope. So there is another way. अभी हमने यहाँ पर ऊपर क्या किया था? We have used plot.axis. We are providing the value that you have to give an x-axis को आपने कहाँ से start करना है and where you have to stop, and the y-axis where you have to start and where you have to stop. So I can also use instead of xtrix, we have the function xlim also. So how you can do that? Here you are using function plot.xlim and plot.ylim. So here we are using this functions xlim and the ylim. So for the starting, we are giving this value, that the 0 to 2 is for the x-axis and 0 to 8 for the y-axis. This will work again same as the previous one. This is just the another way. So first way how you can do it, it's the plot.axis, and the second is how you can do it with the x.lim and the y.lim. So these are the two ways where you can initialize where you want to start and where you want to end. Okay. So this is the one way, and now I want to give label also. Now what is label and does it mean? Label is I want to give the x-axis and the y-axis. I want to specify what is the x-axis for and what is the y-axis for. So for that, in my graph, I am just using plot plt.x label, that I want to give this label to x. So you just have to give the title, that is the label which you want to specify in x-axis, and in y-axis, that is y is equal to f of x. So just I am using this label. So if you want to write, as you can see in the output at the bottom, as you can see, x is equal to np dot arrange 3. So this is my x-axis, and the y-axis is y is equal to f of x. So how it is performing the x label and the y label, and we'll see another things also. Yeah, now if I want to give title also, what I'll do in the same code, just at last write plt.title simple plot demo. So this is only for your title. Now you have seen label, x label, y label, title, but now I want to specify that which line is used for which function. So for that we are using legend function. As you can see, the code is same, just you have to change in that. As you can see in the code, in which you have to change plot dot legend. I will use legend function. Legend for what? We have to provide which line is used for which function, and plt dot plot, in which you are plotting the x and the y axis. You have to give label for that. That for this line label is this, and for this line label is this, as you can see in the code. Now you can see in the diagram in the figure also that we have blue line for the x raised to the power 2. Orange line is this. Now color is specifying automatically, but I can change the color also, dot also, the line, the marker also. That is in the color part, but first we have to see what are the functions which we have, which we can use with the help of the matplotlib. So this is the blue line, this is the label which I have used. Now as you can see, this is the graph which you have generated with the help of just your, as you can see, this much of lines with very few lines. And if you do code in Excel, you will take many time, like 15 to 20 minutes you will take to draw these type of graph in Excel also. In this, if you are expert or if you have just basic knowledge, you can easily build that graph. And also here we have taken different plots, different lines for plots. If we have a same line for plot, then how we can take that? See over here, plt.plot, we have the same line. Just bottom of this, use plt.legend. Yeah, just use plt.legend for that. And just write the first which you want to give, first legend, first label, then the second label, and the third label, and the fourth label, and it will work same as it is. We have 11:20 and we have many topics to discuss. It's okay, we will do it tomorrow, because with the help of pandas library we have to perform a graph also, because data frames which we'll do will perform graphs also for that, and we will do the color, how we can change. So the topic which we are left is how we can change the color and how you can change the position also. Like this, in earlier I have used the left wala, that left corner it used, and again I want the labels, it should be in the center. So how I can do that one also? I can change the position of the labels also, And if you want to save some picture, like we have, like I want to give, okay, if I want to give, I want to store this image also. Like I want to store this image. I have drawn plot. I have plotted the graph, but I want to copy this image. I want to paste it in my research paper or my thesis or anything. So how you can do that? Therefore, that we have another function for that, that is plt dot save fi, that is save figure. Now if I'll execute this, then what I'll do, I have given the name test dot png. Can you see that? Because now what it will do, the whole you have stored, the whole folder जिसमें आपका data stored है, it will store the diagram only for this only for this. It will stored in that folder also with the name test.png. Now let's execute this and I'll show you where you can find that also. Now we have done this, we have execute. Just go to your files and click on open. And just find test.png over here. Can you see test.png over here at last? Yeah, test.png. So I want to download this file. Just click on that. Yes, and click on download. It is downloaded. Now I want to see the picture also. Let's see my picture also, which we have downloaded. Yeah, this is test dot. Yeah. Can you see this image? This is test.png. So here you can also download these images also, save these images also. So let's discuss with your question first, then we'll do in tomorrow class we will do further. Yes. If you have any questions, you can ask. Yes, we can also use best also nums. Yes, Shreya, we can use that. Okay, how center align? For that, we have to use, here you can see location. You have to give LOC, location equal to upper center. So if you want to give it center, then just write location equal to upper center. That's how you can align the in center. And okay, Vishakha, what is xlim and the ylim? Okay, I'll explain xlim. Xlim is the function which we are using for providing that where you have to start your axis, starting point and the ending point, because we have seen the various space with, before x-axis, that is before 0 and after 2. So I just want to trim that value. I just want the specific value that my x-axis should be start from 0 and end to be at 2. So you can use xlim function for that, and you have ylim, which you can use for starting of the y-axis and the ending of the y-axis. So I hope you have understand all this. I'll share my sheets with you so that you can practice also, and we'll see, because we have left with the various color formatting also, with the marker also, because Matplotlib is a big library. But I hope you have idea about that, how a graph is plotted, and how you can give the axis, how multi-plots, or how you can give the grid, how you can give the labels, and how they are working, how you can generate with the NumPy arrays also. I hope you have a clear idea about that, because there is a way to learn of Matplotlib. There is a different course for the Matplotlib, but as we have a 1 week for that, we'll do parallelly with the other libraries also, because Matplotlib library is used with everything. So we have to draw that. So we'll do with the Matplotlib library with the other libraries also. So don't worry about that. Just revise this, which I have given you, which we have discussed today, and do the practice. Otherwise, you will not perform that. Upper center, okay, but other location you have the upper right, you have, and upper left you have, bottom you have, so different things you have. And if you want to see which you there is, we have, this is the link Matplotlib, this is the tutorial, and there are many functions for that. If you want to explore Harshweet, that what are the upper and what are the lower and the right, center, everything which you want, even xlim, to trim, everything you want to discover in the documentation of the Matplotlib, you will find it easy. So we have from, okay Harshvi, I hope you have got that. Okay, any other question? Otherwise we'll summarize the session. I hope everyone understood today's lecture. And do practice this, because tomorrow we have to start with the pandas and we will build, because today which we are doing, we have to implement tomorrow also.
Okay, ma'am, thanks a lot, and I think we should wind up this session here.
Yes, yes ma'am.
Okay, and the next session will start at 12:30. So all the participants are requested to be there and join meeting sharp by 12:25. And if you have any queries or some problems related to today's this session, you can ask in the next session also, at the start of the next session. So about the quiz, participant Shiva, about the quiz, you have been informed in the next session. Attendance will also be taken in the next session, and about quiz, information will be given to you in the next session. So I think we should end this meeting here. So ma'am, we will join back at 12:30.
Okay ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, we'll meet at 12:30 and you can ask your doubts at 12:30 then.
So, okay, so
You have
participants and ma'am, I'm ending the meeting for this session now.
Okay.